Welcome back, everyone. This is JP Trades. Let's take a quick look at gold. I'm watching this redistribution at our purple order block currently, and I am thinking that we might actually go down a little bit further. I do think that we could bounce from this blue order block that we also have a previous day VWAP there that we did hit. However, I would actually prefer to see the lows swept again. The reason I'm saying that is because we do see, let's hop down on like a 30-minute time frame real quick. And like I showed in the Discord, we do have a redistribution pattern here. And then another one here. And then of course a smaller version here. And ultimately on the bigger time frame, I'm also looking at this as its own larger redistribution pattern. We also have formed a Model 2 Wyckoff distribution into our purple order block. So that is some nice confluence for a little bit further downside. Now, I was watching for a bounce here, but as I saw price coming into this, I didn't like it because we are not really creating much structure coming down into this for the market to give us anything to really kind of work with a market structure shift, with a clean market structure shift. So my initial thinking behind this is when we do something like that, we're just going to end up creating another redistribution, a smaller redistribution pattern. Now, could it go up to one of these structures, or could it actually come all the way back up into VWAP? Well, I would look at all of those scenarios. But nonetheless, for a potential long or potential bounce, how we came into this level, I don't like this blue order block anymore. And the way I'm looking at this through the lens of this Model 2 redistribution, I would actually prefer it to come down to this order block here. However, I can't ignore these lows here, as well as this extreme liquidity low here in our extreme discount zone of this range. And I also can't ignore that we have a nice confluence zone of very high volume levels here with your naked point of control, your naked VWAP, as well as another naked VWAP right below that into this area of demand here, in this gray order block. But we also have this level of liquidity, as well as the ultimate low of this range here. What I would prefer to see is market structure to make its way down here. A fast in and out wick. Have a market structure shift back into the range. Then continue up. Now, I could also see that happening in a few different ways. The same way we created a Model 2 down here, we could absolutely create one coming into this zone as well. So we have market structure. We take that first SFP. We have a little bit more structure. And then you have another tap down to where this would be tap 1, tap 2, tap 3. Or, contrast to that, it could actually, this first one, make a very shallow SFP. And then you get a lot of people interested in longing, only break structure again to come make a triple SFP. You're having this liquidity curve here. And then this would be your model 1 Wyckoff accumulation. So what I'm looking for is this model 2 distribution to turn into a model 1 or model 2 accumulation down here. However, you could also look for that same idea on the internal time frame, where you could have something like this. And then you have that internal tap 1, tap 2, and tap 3. So we are coming up to the weekend, so keep that in mind. But I do just want to add, I was considering longing here, but to be honest with you, if I were to find a way to enter here, which again, structure is not giving us much to work with currently, it might create more structure, giving us a nice market structure shift. But like right here, you SFP this is weak. But nonetheless, going back to what I was saying, if we do get like a nice pop here, I would only probably take it back to your previous range in the VWAP. And I would look for a short at that point there. Really quickly, looking at this in further context of our session volume profiles, we have reached and lost that value area low. And we are finding ourselves right here at this higher volume node of the previous day, which is also, you just continue this value area low here. That is what you are finding support on currently. You also have the bigger weekly value area low and dark gray right here. So that gives me a little bit more confidence and confluence on the trade idea of coming back up here, rejecting here or here, coming back down, and then breaching the value area lows of this low and this low here into this demand. I just like that idea that has a bit more confluence for along here. So again, I'm looking for a long here or a nice SFP of this low here.